Stop us if you've heard this before. Nick Saban remains firmly on radar with an NFL front offices across the league. An ESPN analyst, Louis Riddick, whose name has been tied to several openings at the executive level in recent months, would love to hire Alabama's head coach if given the opportunity. Riddick made the admission during a recent podcast appearance with Peter King, singing the praises of Saban, who he believes didn't give his stint in the NFL enough time to be successful. Pro Football Talk on Riddick's potential interest in Saban: "He would have been a fantastic head coach. Look, let's just put it this way, if I was running a team, and I came close, he'd be the first guy I'd call," Riddick said, on the podcast. "He'd still be the first guy I'd call. Can we get you out of Tuscaloosa? I hold him in that high a regard." King then asked if Riddick had another shot to interview, if he'd reach out to Saban. "Who's to say I haven't already?" Riddick replied. Riddick has reportedly interviewed for several general manager jobs in the NFL and says Saban would be his first call. The Crimson Tide's five-time national champion, 6th overall, previously coached Riddick as Cleveland's defensive coordinator in the early 1990s before becoming a head coach at Michigan State. Saban returned to the NFL as a head coach in 2005 with the Miami Dolphins after noteworthy success at LSU and managed a 15-17 record over 2 seasons. Last January, Riddick defended Saban's head coaching career in the NFL. "The style of program Nick Saban runs at Alabama is a style many NFL programs could emulate and learn a lot from," Riddick told Paul Feinbaum. "He would have been a great coach in the NFL. For people to say he was a failure as a NFL coach or he never would have made it, that's BS," Riddick later tweeted. "A guy wins 6 national championships and yet people still stick out their chests and say, but he failed at Miami as the HC because he couldn't handle being a pro coach. I mean, how stupid is that simplified rationale? Seriously?" Saban routinely downplays any interest in going back to the NFL when asked, most recently saying in December that he had learned his lesson. "I learned from my experience coming here. I learned something about myself. At the time it was a tough consequence to have to deal with," Saban said at Orange Bowl Media Day. "I couldn't have been in a better situation with better people here in Miami. But I found out maybe I was a little more suited to be a college coach. That was a tough realization because of the obligations I had to the people I worked for, and the players.